evening, and welcome to the NFL Draft. The Tennessee Titans select
Cam Ward.
Got a real live arm. He's got quick hands. The ball jumps. It was a long workout, a lot of throws, and towards the last, quarter of the workout, he had some balls take off on him in the red zone. It wasn't, just a perfect throwing session, but you could see he can do everything you need to do with the football.
the Cleveland Browns select
Take Abdul Carter, and then still.
So he was the favorite to be the number 2 overall pick, but this weekend the odds flipped. Now Travis Hunter is minus 130 to go number 2. DraftKings Sportsbook has the odds where Abdul Carter could go, and those look like this. So number 2 pick held by the Browns, plus 100. Number 3 held by the Giants. Oh boy, minus 125. Your New York Giants.
the New York Giants select.
Who do you project will be the better NFL quarterback? Is it Cam or Shedeur?
I'm going to go Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to be steadfast in that. I've had him number 1, QB1 all along, really since last year, and love everything about the kid. I mean, people say, well, he takes too many sacks. Yes, he has to get the ball out a tick faster, but he dealt with NFL conditions. Shannon, Stephen A., we talked about that. Who had to deal with what you're going to deal with in the NFL, what you're going to have to survive in the NFL? He survived hit after hit. How he did it, I don't know. He was 11 of 13 games this year at 70% or higher. He never completed less than 60% of his passes in a game. And in 2023, when he was getting pounded and getting sacked and getting hit time after time, he was at 69% and change with 27 touchdowns, 3 picks, 4 rushing touchdowns. That's 31-3 touchdown interception ratio. So to me, when you look at Shedeur, accuracy, slip and slide in the pocket. Yes, he can get you a 3rd and 8 first down. People say, well, he's going to run the 4.8s. Patrick Mahomes ran 4.8, 4.84. Doesn't have an explosive arm. Neither did Johnny Unitas, Peyton Manning. Okay, we talk about explosive arms. You don't need to have that. Tom Brady, another one, didn't have the explosive arm or explosive legs at 5'2", 440. So you can win in the NFL, win big in the NFL, going about your business like Shedeur Sanders does. And that's why I have a problem with all these people say he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. He's good enough in all areas, and he has the mindset to be great.
The New England Patriots select.
I would start offense. I'm kind of saying that through this process. It's different. First of all, we haven't seen something like this, who's someone who wants to do everything on both sides. I don't think I would do that initially. I think you have to major and minor, and historically, if you have a player that has value there, he's been a full-time defensive player with a package of plays on offense. That's just been that's the way it's always been. We haven't really seen it the other way around, with the exception of maybe Troy Brown on a couple snaps for the Patriots. But to me, I think he's more valuable to your team on offense right now. I think he's further developed on offense. I think he touches the ball more. He just makes more of an impact. So I'm going to have him as a full-time starter at receiver, and we'll start there for a while, and then we can start maybe incorporating him into some defensive, packages if that's your dime, your nickel, whatever. But giving him, an opportunity to get on the field, make some plays on some 3rd downs defensively. And maybe that grows and evolves into more than that over time. But that's where I would start with it.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select.
Which defensive player in this class will be the best pro? Which defensive guy is going to be 10 years from now, we're going to say he was the best player drafted in this class?
I had a GM tell me, don't overthink it with Mason Graham. That was exactly what he said. Don't overthink it. And because, you say, okay, Aaron Donald didn't go in the top group, okay? You look what he was able to do because he didn't necessarily look the part coming out of college, You look at a guy like Mason Graham coming out of Michigan, what he was able to do at Michigan. He talked about the wrestling background, and I know we see Jalen Walker as a guy who can do so many things off ball and off the edge. I think Mason Graham Field is a safe pick, what you're getting, and like I say, Aiden Hutchinson, everybody kind of scrutinized, and he didn't go number 1, and look what happened there. And there's Jacksonville, who passed on a Michigan Wolverine, and now will they pass on another Michigan Wolverine, who we had, by the way, have had going to Jacksonville for like 3-4 months now, right? What will Jacksonville do? They need Mason Graham. Yes, they could go a different direction here. Yes, they could, but they already passed on one Michigan Wolverine. What will they do here with Mason Graham? I would take him. We'll see if they do.